and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a reading Thrifted Books little reading vlog. I'm super excited to do this video because books are really expensive, so if I'm going to be spending $17 on a book, I'm going to make sure it's something that I really enjoy. But when I go into thrift stores and I'm looking at their book section, it's like if these books are like $1, I feel like I'm not as picky with them because it's like if I don't like the book, I'm only losing out on $1. So I have 3 books today in this video, and 2 of them are books that I probably would not have bought full price. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have bought any of these books full price, to be honest with you. But I'm super excited to read them, and they were literally $2 max. So I'm super excited. If you enjoy this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, do all of that, whatever. But here are the 3 books that we're going to be reading this week. This first book was originally $17, but I got it for $1.99. It's a paperback, and this is Every Value Break by Peter Swanson. I've never read a book by him, but this one you can get at Barnes & Noble. It still has that little sticker thing, and I feel like out of all 3 of these books, this is the one I probably would have most likely have picked up myself at full price. So I'm really excited to read this one. Next, I got Run for Your Life by James Patterson. This is originally almost $30, but I got it for $2.99. I've only read one other James Patterson book, and that one was also a thrifted book, and I really enjoyed that one. So I picked up another one by him because I just wanted to see if it was one-hit wonder kind of thing, or if I just really enjoy James Patterson. So I got another one of his books to test out that theory. The last book I got is I'm really excited for because I feel like I wouldn't have found this in a Barnes & Noble's, and I probably wouldn't have picked it up anyways. But this is Campfire by Sean Sarlis. But I really love the concept of this book, and I think if the writing style is something that I like, I'm really going to enjoy this book a lot because the plot sounds literally so interesting. I'm so excited to read this book. And then this one was originally $18, but I got it for $2.99. So these are the 3 books that I'm going to be reading for this week. I'm super excited, so let's go ahead and just get right on into it. Plus, this is going to be a spoiler-free reading vlog, so if you find any of those books really interesting, you can definitely pick them up and read them for yourselves. Okay, so I just started reading chapter 10, and they're talking about the place that they're going to go honeymoon at, and literally the first sentence of chapter 10 is, "What do you mean there's no electricity?" Girl, it's setting up the honeymoon so well because you're going to a place that's not vacant, but there's no one around, there's no electricity. Girl, they're gonna die. They're both gonna die. This is, this kind of reminded me of? This kind of reminded me of Alice Feeney, Rock, Paper, Scissors, except the couple in here, likes each other, but yeah. Okay, so I'm 120 pages into this book, and the island that they're staying on for their honeymoon is so weird. I have no idea why the husband would want to stay here. I feel like it's just weird, and it's not really the place that you'd go honeymoon to. And the main character's starting to pick up weird vibes, or I don't know if she's picking up the vibes, but I'm picking up the vibes that this place is weird. But I'm curious as to obviously in the back it says she doesn't know whether or not she should tell her husband about this guy on their honeymoon, but I'm curious as to how this is gonna kind of I don't want to say resolve, but how the book's gonna end with this plot line. Is the stalker gonna end up telling her husband? Is the husband gonna find out about the stalker? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how it's gonna end, But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of suspicious of the husband because of where he picked the honeymoon. Like, I feel like it's just so weird. Like, why would you want to come here? Like, you're suspicious for that. But I'm gonna keep reading, and then, you know, hopefully I get some sort of answers answered. But yeah, so far I am enjoying it though. Okay, so update on the book. I've been feeling really sick, so I've just been in bed reading, watching TV. I'm 200 pages into the book, a little bit over 200 pages. I'm on chapter 23, and the plot, I thought I had an idea of how this book was gonna go. I thought I knew the general plot, but it completely switched up. Like, I don't know how the book's gonna end. I don't know where it's gonna go from here. I have no idea what's going on with this book. Like, it really, like, the plot twist, I mean, like, I don't even know. Like, it's just, it got so crazy, and it's so crazy right now, and I'm, like, so excited to finish this book because I want to know everything. I want to know if there's going to be another twist. I want to know if, like, what we're seeing is accurate, you know what I mean? Like, or if it's just gonna, like, be explained at the end of the book that it's all a misunderstanding. Like, I don't know what's going on right now, and honestly, it's the best feeling in the world. So I'm gonna read this book. I'm gonna update you guys if anything else happens, but I have this much left, so I'm really excited to finish this book. Okay, I just finished Every Value Break, and this book, okay, I want to give myself a second to process it before I give a review, but my initial, like, thoughts, it's like oh my god, I'm speechless. Okay, so I've sat with this book, I've thought about it and what I want to rate it. It's so hard to rate books because I don't want to be mean, but it's also like, okay, these, literally, they don't know me. Like, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna do anything to me. Like, it's fine. I'm not gonna hurt their feelings. They're all, like, rich and successful. They don't care what I think about their book. But I really enjoyed this book. I think I was able to predict the plot twist though, but it's like, even though I was able to predict the plot twist, it didn't make it any less enjoyable when they actually, like, happened. You know what I mean? It was definitely kind of weird. Like, when I first started reading the book, I was like, oh, like, what if this happened? But then I was like, no, that's, like, too out of reach or whatever. Like, that's not actually gonna happen. But then it happened, and I was like, oh, like, oh. But I thought it was a pretty good book, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I was able to enjoy a book, then that's all that matters. So I think I'm gonna give this book a 4 stars. On Goodreads, it is a 3-star, and I was, like, reading the reviews, and I was like, wait, do I want to, like, put my review down? But not really. Like, at times I did find some of the characters, like, really unlikable. Like, the main character, I found her in the beginning, I thought she was kind of unlikable, but then you know, like, it was just, like, a few beginning moments. I thought, like, I don't want to say anything without spoiling anything. All I can say is that it was a really good book. I really enjoyed the plot twist, but, you know, they could be kind of predictable. It also reminded me of the book, who's it by? Okay, this book, Every Value Break by Peter Swanson, kind of reminded me of Lucy Foley's The Guest List book. So if you enjoyed that book, you'll probably enjoy this book. Or if you enjoyed this book, then, and you've already read this book, then you should definitely read The Guest List by Lucy Foley, because I really like Lucy Foley. So this kind of reminded me of that, and, like, this, not like the storyline, like, they're different, but, like, I don't know, you have to read 2 of the books and then you'll see what I'm saying. But I give this a 4 stars. So I'm currently on chapter 7. I'm 45 pages into the book, and so far it's pretty good. We're introduced to the main character, and then we're introduced to our, like, villain, I guess. I don't want to say villain, he's like a serial killer, so we're introduced to our killer. But I really like this because in the other book that I read by James Patterson called Don't Blink, we also got those dual point of views, and I literally love dual point of view. It's so much fun. But yeah, so I started reading this. I did find out though that this is the second book in a series, which this is not the first time that I've done this before. I've accidentally read second books in series, and like for The Naturals, I don't know if you guys have heard that series. I read the second book and I have not read any of the other ones. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go through and read this book. Like, I feel like it's a good standalone. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing anything so far. I feel like they're kind of like anything that you need to know, they're giving it to you, that information. So it's fine. And I don't really feel like reading the first book and then reading this book, but so far it is pretty good, and it's pretty like quickly paced too. That's the thing I love about James Patterson books, is like his chapters are literally so short. Like, look, this is chapter 7, and then this is the end of the chapter. Like, I love short chapters. They keep me so engaged. Okay, so I got to part 2 of the book. I'm 88 pages in, and so the villain, the like killer guy, we're getting his perspective, right? And it's just like, basically he's just like a rich person who's trying to teach everyone a lesson and like kill rich people, and like it's saying how everyone doesn't have manners or whatever, which is kind of like when I'm reading his point of view, it's just like calm down, like you have a really high ego. It's like, oh my god, it's kind of embarrassing to read. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from this guy. But nothing really too interesting has happened yet. Like, if I were to never pick up this book again, I think I could like live with that right now. But I'm gonna finish the book, 'cause usually when I get into like the middle bits of books, like if I'm not fully like into it by then I just probably won't get into it. But I'm not even in the middle yet, so I'm gonna wait till I get to like 300 pages in, and then we'll see if I'm like interested. 300 pages, like the end-ish. Oh well, whatever. But I do really like the detective. I think he's kind of like whatever, like he's clearly struggling to take care of all of his children. I didn't realize he had like 10 kids, and he's a single parent, and he's like a detective, so like that part's pretty interesting. Hey guys, so I just finished Run for Your Life by James Patterson. This book took me so long to finish because I just couldn't get into it. I didn't feel the need or like want to pick it up again and finish the book. Last night, I think I was like 150 pages in, and I decided that I was just gonna sit down and binge it because I had not picked it up in days. So I finished the book, and Goodreads rated it 4 stars. I'm rating it 3 stars. I don't know, like it was interesting, but I just wasn't interested. Maybe it's because of the timing or when I decided to read it, but this book definitely was not for me. It was short, like I said, his books are easy to get through. Like I was able to finish the book last night because the chapters are short and like it's engaging, but I just like am probably honestly gonna forget about this book once I put it on my bookshelf. Like I don't think I'll ever think about this book again. I don't think I would read any other books in the series just because I don't really care about the main character. And not to say it's a bad book. Obviously it's not a bad book if it has 4 stars on Goodreads. I just think it was a bad book for me, and it's not something that I'm personally interested in, but I'm glad that I gave his like books another sort of shot or whatever. So we're gonna move on to the next book. I'm really excited for this book. This is probably my fave book, or this is probably my most anticipated book out of all 3. It's called Campfire, and so basically what Campfire is about is they're going to be telling stories around a campfire, and these stories are going to be coming true. On the back it says some stories can kill, and it seems really interesting. It's just under 300 pages, so I should be able to get through this book pretty fast. Hopefully it doesn't take as long as the last book. But yeah, I'm super excited to start this one. I'm literally going to start it right now. When I picked up this book, like, I knew that I was going to be super excited to read this. It's been on my TBR for so long, and now I can finally pick it up and read it and get it done with. Okay, I'm just about to start reading this book, right? I'm filming my whole little, like, opening the book bit, and all of a sudden I see James Patterson, and they're, like, talking about his other books, and I'm like, why would they mention James Patterson? This is by Sean Sarles, or however you say his last name. Right up here it says James Patterson's Presents. So I guess James Patterson does this a lot, where he co-writes books, and so this is one of his books that I thought was someone else's, but he was a co-writer on it. So this is gonna be another James Patterson book that we're reading. So maybe I'll like this one more, because I did not like the other James Patterson book we read, but I'm hoping that this premise is a little bit more interesting to me, and that because I like the premise more, that I'll find it more interesting. But I literally did not know that 2 out of our 3 books were written by James Patterson. Okay, ignore my hair right now. But I'm 50 pages into the book, and we just got to the part where they're about to tell, like, scary stories around the campfire, and their guide was like, oh, like, it's, like, bad luck to tell campfire stories or under a full moon because they'll come true, which I've never heard of that. That's actually pretty cool. Like, I didn't realize that was, like, a thing, or at least I think it's a thing. But now they're gonna get into telling scary stories, which so far I've really liked, like, the layout of the book, of, like, how they're, like, doing it. So basically they have, like, the actual chapters, and then they're gonna do, like, someone tells a story, chapter, story, chapter, is what I'm kind of sensing. There is, like, a lot of people and a lot of, like, characters that you're trying to remember, and then I'm trying to figure out, like, which characters go to which family and what their dynamic is or whatever. But so far it's pretty good, and I'm enjoying it. It's, like, it has a different pacing than James Patterson books, so it's definitely different. Like, I think Sean Charles is the one who, like, wrote it, and then James Patterson just did tweaking. I don't know honestly, but I like this book so far. Hey guys, so last night I binge read the rest of Campfire. I didn't really do a lot of updates along the way, but this book, literally 4 stars. I love this book so much, and I love the way that the book was set up. Like, when they were telling the campfire stories, you know how Disney Channel shows used to do, like, Halloween specials? That's literally what this book felt like. Like, this was a Disney Channel Halloween special, and I literally loved it so much. And then the plot twist actually got me. Like, I did not expect it coming, and I was, like, kind of shocked, because, to say the least, like, it was definitely such a good book. It has so many plot twists, so many secrets. The last, like, 60 pages is when, like, it all just started to, like, go, like, insane and crazy, and I literally love this book so much. It's definitely gonna be 4 stars for me. It's, like, my favorite book out of the 3 that we read. But that's all the books that we're gonna be reading in this week's video. So the first book we read was Every Vow You Break, which this book was pretty good. I can't remember the rating I gave it. I think it might have been 4 stars, or yeah, I think it was 4 stars, and I thought that this book was pretty good. And then we read Run for Your Life. This book I gave 3 stars. I don't know. It wasn't for me. It wasn't a book for me. And then finally read Campfire, which is 4 stars, and literally my favorite book out of the 3. But if you guys want to see more book videos, definitely let me know. And I'm also going to have my Goodreads down in the description down below in case you just want to see what I'm reading. But yeah, I literally love making book videos. I have so many books that I need to read as well, so I'll probably continue making these videos. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, like this video, blah 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 blah. And I'll see you guys all next week.